Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Susie and I recently started learning how to bake and I'm sharing my journey with you guys. And if I can figure out how to bake, I bet you can too. Today I'm making chocolate babka and this is actually my first attempt of making chocolate babka, so please don't judge me too hard. Chocolate babka is a very rich and tender pastry, very similar to brioche, but it has a chocolate filling. So if you'd like to see my experience making chocolate babka for the first time, please keep on watching. We're going to start by combining all of the ingredients. The tip for today is measuring by weight is more accurate than measuring by volume. So if you do have a kitchen scale, use that to measure dry ingredients, especially flour. It also saves the amount of dishes you have to do. As usual, all of the ingredients will be in the description box. So I'm using my stand mixer to knead this dough, and I would highly recommend that you don't knead this dough by hand. So if you have a stand mixer, use that, otherwise use a food processor. So I'm just going to start mixing with my stand mixer until the dough comes together, and then I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter at a time. So if you're using a stand mixer like me, the dough might get stuck at the bottom of the mixing bowl, so go ahead and use a spatula to help lift up the dough. So we're just going to keep mixing or kneading and adding the butter. So my dough was still a little bit sticky after kneading for about 8 minutes. So I added, I think, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of flour. So make sure if you're adding flour, add up to a 1/4 cup of flour and add 1 tablespoon at a time. Knead the dough for about 10 to 12 minutes after the butter is incorporated. And after that, transfer the dough to a floured countertop and knead for an additional 30 to 1 minute and form the dough into a ball. Next, place it in a greased bowl and cover with plastic wrap and let it sit for about 1.5 to 2 hours or until it's increased in size by half. Place the dough in the fridge for about an hour after that. While the dough is rising, we're going to start working on the chocolate filling. We're going to combine the chocolate, cocoa powder, and butter, and we're going to heat it in the microwave for about 1 minute to 2 minutes until the butter and the chocolate are mostly melted. Next, we're going to use a whisk to mix it all together. After that, combine the powdered sugar and keep mixing until it's well incorporated. We're going to set it aside until it cools down. Then we're going to add the egg white. Keep mixing until everything is well combined. Then we're going to set aside until we're ready to use. If you place the dough in the fridge for more than 1 hour, let it sit in room temperature for 15 minutes before shaping the dough. Also flour the countertop before shaping the dough. We're going to use a rolling pin to roll the dough to an 18 by 14 inch rectangle. After rolling the dough, spread the chocolate filling on the dough, leaving about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of the sides. Also save about 1 tablespoon of the filling that we're going to use at the end. Next, roll the dough into a tight cylinder. I really couldn't do it tighter because I was worried I was going to mess up with the chocolate, but roll the dough as tight as you can. After rolling, pinch the seams to create a complete seal, and looking back at this video, this is something I definitely didn't do. After that, spread the remaining 1 tablespoon of chocolate filling over the top. Next, we're going to fold the dough over itself and we're going to twist it to form like a letter S or an 8. It got really messy here, but just go ahead and twist it, and this is what mine looked like. Next, grease a loaf pan and carefully place the dough in it. We're going to cover with plastic wrap and let it rise for about 1.5 to 2 hours until the dough is about the same level as the lip of the pan. About 10 minutes before baking, preheat your oven to 350 degrees F. For the egg wash, we're going to combine a whole egg, some water, and a pinch of salt. Brush the egg wash all over the top of the dough before baking and let it bake for about 40 to 45 minutes. Halfway through baking, rotate the pan to ensure that the dough cooks evenly. The baking process isn't done after your bread comes out of the oven. You usually have to leave it in the pan for about 15 minutes and let it cool on a rack for about 2 to 3 hours before cutting into it. But I obviously didn't do that, so you can see the dough is like crumbling before me, but that didn't take away from how delicious and rich this bread was. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys try this out. I hope I inspired you guys to try this out. And if you've made it before, let me know how your experience was, and does mine look like how it's supposed to? This was my first time trying chocolate babka, so I have no idea what it's supposed to taste like, but this was definitely delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.